cracked and bumpy roads dominated by potholes, stretches of uneven pavements and streets scattered with rubbish, the whirring sound of the A38 Parkway in the distance. This is life by day on the sprawling housing estate, tucked away in a pocket of northwest Plymouth a lot of people have probably never been to. Signs stuck to lampposts give hope road surface improvements are just around the corner, though the locals say they've been up for months and they remain a little skeptical. Some tell you to avoid walking through certain parts alone, like Duncombe Avenue. Haniknala's beating heart is back. Image, John Bishop. They say it was one of a number of areas where unruly youths once terrorized locals. But don't be fooled by Haniknala's shabby look. It's undoubtedly got struggles, but the people have a big heart for their community and ensure it remains wholeheartedly genuine. Neighbors are cheery, honest, and tough. They've had to adapt and learn hard and fast from Haniknala's dark past. Rise and fall of the Haniknala Defense Regiment. Simply put, these people aren't afraid to live their life, in the way they see fit, anymore. There's no airs and graces, they just get on with it, and rally round to help each other out when the chips are down. If someone struck me, I would strike back, says no-nonsense Susan Chapman, who has lived in Haniknala with her husband Dennis for 40 years. There are issues. It's generally very, very quiet. It's not that great, but we brought our children up here. This is our home. The problems aren't so much about Haniknala and the people, it's about the state of the roads, hubby Dennis said. It's not as bad as it used to be. It wasn't the best. People would go to the shops and drink and cause trouble. Mention of the Haniknala Defense Regiment, the gang of youths spawned from North Prospect gang culture who terrorized households and made people feel generally unsafe, is kept to a minimum. The dozen or so lads at the core of the HDR were once dubbed one of Britain's most feared teenage gangs. They were claimed to be behind more than 300 crimes, from drugs and savage beatings to petty offenses like graffiti and shoplifting. David Allwright, who lives in a comfy three-bed home in East Barry Avenue, said, "People, generally, are friendly. I come from Berkshire, at least here if you speak to a stranger and appear kind you get an answer. Problems here in Haniknala come and go. Yes, we have got a shoddy past. We have certainly had our problems with the Haniknala Defense Regiment when they were rioting around here about 10 years ago. But that has quietened down considerably. I don't know if they are still active. Now, people just get on with life and keep themselves to themselves. They keep their heads down. But that's the same on a lot of council estates." Image, SWNS, Duncombe Avenue. That has improved dramatically. Compared to where it was 18 years ago, it's a lot better. Antisocial behavior hasn't completely disappeared, though, and some say that's because kids are largely bored. Stephen Dunn, 49, lives with his daughter in Montague Avenue, dubbed by families as the worst road in Haniknala for potholes and menace rat-run drivers. He said, "I've lived in Haniknala on and off for 15 years. The problem is there doesn't seem to be a lot for young people to do. You have to drive across town. We've got the green, but the youngsters just hang around up there. They're bored, with nothing to do, and that's when you get graffiti and vandalism. It's officially a deprived area." You would think the council would put something into it to regenerate the area. The children have nothing to do, they play in the street, others are a little more cagey. Plymouth Live approached a few lads mending a motorbike on the side of East Barry Avenue. When asked if they fancied a chat about Haniknala, one replied, "No, it's a ******* hole." The people of Haniknala have reclaimed the area. Image, John Bishop. One young lady on Haniknala Green, a magnet for young families, flashed a smile, but wasn't keen on any sort of discussion. But mum of one, Nina Foster, was all too happy to invite Plymouth Live up on her doorstep for a chat. The 35-year-old told how she was hit by a car on Montague Avenue when she was a baby, breaking both her legs in the horror smash. This was my nan's house, she explains. I chased a thief down the road in my pants, then saved his life. When I was 18 months old, I toddled on out into the road and I got hit by a car. I was lucky. I ended up breaking both my legs and my arm. Ma'am has got a baby photo of me with a cast on. If it was today, things would probably be different. I've got a daughter now to look out for. The people are nice. Hanukkah may not look great, but everyone tries their best. Most of us are in the same situation and just gets on with it and makes do with what they've got. Life in Hanukkah is improving. Image, John Bishop. No one thinks they are better than each other. I have been in other areas. I like to live in Southway and everyone thought they were better than you and everyone wanted to know your business. But it's not like that here. Everyone gets along. Despite the fact there are a lot of problems with the area, there is still work to be done in Hanukkah. CLLR Mark Lowry is now in charge of the city's finances. Image, Guy Channing, a key figure on Plymouth City Council who represents the Hanukkah ward, admitted more needs to be done to improve the community. Councillor Mark Lowry said it had come a long way, with the construction of a new primary school and new homes. When told about people's frustrations over the state of roads, he highlighted there was a checklist of city improvements to get through first. We had huge issues around antisocial behavior, we had poor housing and schools, but things have come on a long way, CLLR Lowry said. That being said, there is still work to be done. We don't have the money to fix every road in the city currently. We have a priority list and we have put measures in place to meet that. We are funding our resources around pavements because they are in a pretty poor state and poor for mobility users.